Alright, so this is a suggestion via Discord. The name of the video is How Did Jeffrey Epstein's Phone Book End Up on a Farm in Vermont? Bro, somebody was doing something crazy in Vermont. That's what
We've
happened.
obtained a new Jeffrey Epstein address book,
A new one. Okay.
one that no one has ever seen before.
Jeffrey Epstein got away with what he got away with because of who was in his address book.
Okay. Bro, give me some names.
What's interesting for us about this book is a new cast of...
Hold on. I see somebody named Hayes. Hunter. Okay, I don't know. Hunter Biden? Hunter Biden? I don't know, bro.
characters who we didn't previously know had interactions with or did business with him.
Our first thought was to just do whatever we could to verify that it was real. We've obtained a copy of an address book that we believe belonged to Jeffrey Epstein, and your name and contact information are listed in the book.
Can you imagine getting a phone call like that? Can you imagine? I'd hang up.
I'm a
But I also wouldn't get that call.
reporter for Insider. I'm just calling everybody who's in this address book who has not previously been publicly associated with Jeffrey Epstein.
We need to make sure it was a real artifact that really represented something about Jeffrey Epstein and his connections to people.
The story is not one that sounds exactly believable.
Okay.
Someone dropped Jeffrey Epstein's address book in the 90s and now belongs to some guy who lives on a farm in Vermont.
Right. Bro, look at these turkeys. Some nice looking turkeys.
I'm very careful not to put my fingerprints on the book, not to put any sort of DNA or hair or anything like that. My name is Christopher Halali. Where should I look? I currently live on my wife's farm. As a student of national security issues, imperialism, I was fascinated by the Jeffrey Epstein case. There are names that are highlighted, and I think one of the most notable highlighted names is former President Donald Trump.
I think we knew that one, though. I think we knew that one already.
My name is Denise Ondeco. Ta-da! And
Hi,
I
Denise.
believe I found the book sometime in the 90s. Walking along Fifth Avenue, and I just noticed a small black book on the sidewalk.
Listen, I don't know if I believe this story, okay? It's too fantastical. I'm telling you. Oh, I just found a secret book that has the ability to destroy everyone's life, right? Imagine. I don't believe it. I don't think so, bro. There has to be more to this story, okay? Just to let you guys know.
So you're pretty sure that it was somewhere between 54?
Yes, it could have been here or there.
Right, uh-huh. You remember the exact
We have
street?
spoken
You
extensively
found something you thought was somewhat irrelevant in the 90s.
with Denise, and we found her story to be credible.
I
Oh.
saw the book, picked it up, glanced through it. Damn. It was filled with names like Kennedy, Rockefeller, Trump, etc. And it was like, whoa, this is bizarre. So I kept it for the New York City artifact that it was.
Did you know who Jeffrey Epstein was at the time?
No. When I rediscovered the book last year, it was like, holy, it's Jeffrey Epstein.
A Manhattan billionaire arrested yesterday on federal trafficking charges.
Bro, you
Accusations
just
from
said that out
indecent
loud?
exposure to inappropriate touching to
I went to
Jesus
tips at New York Times. I sent something to Rachel Maddow. I just figured nobody was interested. Come the end of November, I really needed brakes for my car and I didn't have enough money. And I thought, what the hell? You know, you, Jeffrey Epstein, you paid for my brakes. So I put it on eBay.
It was right there for
What?
everybody to see. Most people would think it's a fake or a forgery. I took the risk.
Oh, he bought it.
When I received the book,
Yeah, bro, you are definitely leaking random phone numbers. I'm guessing the ones that are like this are the only ones that are still like active, I'm guessing. Most likely. Yes. You have addresses, P.O. boxes. What else is here? Okay. Yeah, he definitely is leaking potential addresses.
book in the mail, my heart was nearly jumping out of my chest. You know, I felt like Indiana Jones. It's a dark book. It's a book that I think has a lot of suffering behind it, a lot of pain, a lot of evil, some would say.
Okay.
I felt that it was important for people to see who Epstein knew and what sort of network of power was behind him. Right now, I'm packaging the book for forensic analysis and handing it off to a team of journalists.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and point out you're babying this book, but this book was not babied for the last 30 years, bro. Let you know right now. I get it. I respect it. But that woman basically had the book just hanging out in the attic. So,
If it comes back and it's not authentic, it's a pretty awesome forgery, I have to say.
One of the moments in the public waking up to the magnitude of his crimes was the publication in 2015 of an address book belonging to Jeffrey Epstein. And what was stunning about it was it contained the names of Donald Trump and Mick Jagger, Prince Andrew, Bill Clinton.
okay, I know
And it
Clinton.
sort of woke people up to the fact that this was a guy who had access to the halls of power.
Our reporting also found about 220 new names that didn't appear in this other address book.
Drop him
If
right
someone
now.
were to concoct a fake book to trick journalists, they would start by taking those names from the other public little black book and putting them in this one. So we start by sort of correlating the names, and then we just started calling people in the book whose names have not been previously associated with Jeffrey Epstein.
Hello,
Hi, I'm trying to reach Elena Kayem.
this is she.
Hi, I'm calling for Suzanne Urcha. Would you be able to connect me with her?
For who?
I'm trying to reach Joan Severance.
We don't currently represent Joan. The number you dialed is not in service.
I'm trying to reach Michael Cutlip.
This is he.
Elena Barmakova,
Who's calling?
I'm working on a story about an address book.
that we believe belonged to Jeffrey Epstein.
Do you mind if I'm recording this call?
I do mind.
Okay, give me
Yeah.
1 second.
I haven't seen or spoken to Jeffrey since the late 90s.
For them to say, yes, I knew him in the 90s, gives credence to the idea that the book is real.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say again. To be honest, if you ever get that type of call, no. Who are you calling for? I don't know this person.
It's not the case that everybody who was in his address book was an enabler of Jeffrey Epstein. It's more adding to the body of knowledge to keep chipping
Yeah, bro. I just don't want my name or anyone else's name, your name specifically. I don't want your name to be brought up next to these weirdos, guys.
away at the mystery.
She was not interested in speaking.
These are some of the prominent names we reached out to. None of them had ever been publicly associated with Epstein before.
Suzanne Urcha, Melania Trump's best friend. She later married Woody Johnson, who now owns the New York Jets.
Carl Icahn, special advisor to Donald Trump during his presidency.
Christina Grieven, the wife of Christopher Cuomo.
Jill Harth accused Donald Trump of
Stephen Ratner led Barack Obama's efforts to resuscitate Detroit.
Marty Peretz, longtime mentor to former Vice President Al Gore. Les Gelb was a legendary New York Times columnist.
I'm not trying to say it. Les Gelb. I'm not going to say it.
Sandy Warner was the chairman and CEO of JP Morgan until 2000. Billionaire John Katzimatidis, who told us that he offered Epstein a ride and Epstein sent him a 3-foot bottle of champagne and thanks. And this just goes to show that in the 1990s, he was sort of cultivating a much larger orbit that we can see evidence later on.
Right.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
We also engaged the services of a forensic examiner who's familiar with authenticating documents.
I was cautious because I didn't want to cross over into a area that the FBI was investigating. My name is Dennis Ryan, and I'm a forensic document examiner. I'm confident that the book is probably circa 1995 to 2000. One of the factors was the Gestetner imprint that's on the Velo bind. Their organization was certainly out of production by 1998 to 2000. It would be very difficult to make up a book with that imprint. The most important thing is the change in the area code.
So here's Donald Trump's entry in the 1990s address book. You can see that his Palm Beach phone numbers feature a 407 area code. Now, if we look at Trump's entry in the address book from the early 2000s, you can see that he has the same phone numbers listed for
Bro, why are you leaking this man's information like that? I feel like this should not be okay to like see, if that makes any sense. I didn't do it. I'm reacting to this video. They did it. Okay, it was them. It's not me. All right, but do you see what is on the screen right now? Too much information, bro.
Palm Beach, but with a different area code, 561, and that area code was introduced in 1996. Jeffrey Epstein is still such a mystery. Over a year after he's died,
Accused Jeffrey Epstein is dead.
Jeffrey Epstein's attorneys questioning whether his death was a
I think my biggest takeaway is that Epstein had an extremely large sphere of influence, and we're not even sure about the true extent of it.
I think this book elaborates on that in a different era, a different time, and with some different people that we didn't know were a part of that circle that eventually became a part of the reason that Jeffrey Epstein could get away with women and girls. And I think it's important to keep in mind how power is able to avoid accountability. And the more we can remember what Epstein's actions represent, the more we can prevent people from escaping accountability now and in the future.
Wowzers.
What a weird turn of
Those are some
events.
cute puppies,
How
guys.
serendipitous the whole thing has played out. Unbelievable. I just remember having that thought, should I keep this? If it was a heavy something or other, I probably would have tossed it.
I think it's an interesting story, you know. One book with the FBI, one book on the farm. It's fascinating.
Yeah, I don't even, bro. Why would you speak on record? Like, why would you even do this? That's craziness. I mean, I get it, right? But not really. Either you wanted some type of notoriety or something, but yeah. And like this comment here about how this person here hung up instantly once he said something about him, bro, that's crazy, right? So, I mean, I get it. You know. But all right, listen. I definitely wish they would have dropped some names that we kind of all knew. But I guess there are people who know these people. Warner. That sounds like an interesting last name, right? But all right, listen. You guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly.